What's up, guys? It's Metellus here. Today we're going to be going over Valerius Maximus 4.71. So, first sentence. Inimicus patriae fuisse Tiberius Gracchus existimatis est, nec in merito quia potentiam suum saluti eius pratulerat. So, start off here. We're going to start with the subject of the sentence, which is going to be Tiberius Gracchus here, the TI standing for Tiberius. So Tiberius Gracchus was believed to have been an enemy to the fatherland. So Tiberius Gracchus was believed, existimatis est, to be, fuisse, an enemy, inimicus, to the fatherland, patriae. Nec in merito, not undeservedly, quia potentiam suum saluti eius pratulerat. So quia, because he had pratulerat, see the pluperfect ending here, era, he had carried his own power, eius suum potentiam, before his health, saluti. Alright, so moving on to the next sentence. Something to point out here, this operae pretium is a saying that means worthwhile, which will come into play in a second. So, quam constantis tamen fide amicum etiam in hoc tam pravo proposito si blossium cumanum habuerit operae pretium est cognoscere. So, back to this operae pretium, which means it is worthwhile. So, it is worthwhile. Then we're going to go to cognoscere here, the verb, to find out. So after cognoscere, we're going to go back up to this first line. So far we have, it is worthwhile, habuerit operae, to find out, cognoscere, of how constant loyalty, so that's constantis fide. So it is worthwhile to find out of how constant loyalty he held, which is habuerat, Gaius Blasius, the C is standing for Gaius, so Gaius Blasius from Cumanum, a friend, amicum, even tamen, and a deed so wicked, pravo proposito. So to put that all together, it is worthwhile to find out of how constant loyalty he held Gaius Blasius from Cumae, a friend even in a deed so wicked. Alright, so moving on. Hostus judicatus, ultimo supplico adfectus, septulari honore, spoilatus benevolentia, tamen eius non caruit. So here this is going to be having been judged an enemy, judicatus hostus, afflicted with the ultimate punishment. He did not lack his goodwill, deprived from a grave. So sepulturae honore, non caruit is did not lack his goodwill, benevolentia, deprived spoilatus, and then septularae honore, from a grave is pretty much what that means. So having been judged an enemy, afflicted with the ultimate punishment, he did not lack his goodwill, deprived from a grave. Moving on. Nam cum senatus repilio et laenati consulibus mandacit ut in eos quicum Graco. So, something to point out here is that this phrase is an indirect command, and then this mandacit is a shortened down form of a pluperfect subjunctive where it should be mandavisset, but it's shortened down to mandacit. So, nam cum, for when the Senate Rupilius and Linus, being the consuls ordered that in those who had agreed with Gracchus, we're actually going to move to the next slide to find that agreed. So that consensurat here goes back with this, which is which qui who had agreed with Gracchus. So going back to the next slide. More maiorum animad verterent et ad lelium cuius concilio praecipue consulis utebantur pro se Blasius deprecatem venesset familiaritisque. So, more maiorum animad verterent pretty much means with the custom of the ancestors, which means they killed them, and to Laelius et ad Lalium, cuius concilio, whose advice the consuls particularly using, which utebantur is in the passive here, whose advice the consuls particularly using, Blasius had come to Laelius to beg for mercy for himself, and using, so we're going to go to the next slide here, using the excuse, so uterator excusinote, of a close friendship, which is familiaritisque. So moving on, omitting this excusinote uterator that we used last time, moving on to atque is dixisset quid cite Gracchus templo Iovis optimi maximi faces subdere usisset obsecturnis ne ilius voluntati propter istam. So the atque is dixisset is if and he had said, and notice dixisset is in the pluperfect subjunctive here. Quid what? See if Gracchus had ordered down at usisset, which is also a pluperfect subjunctive here. You te to put subdere torches faces, to put under actually is subdere. So if Gracchus had ordered you to put torches under the temple, the biggest Maximi and best temple of Jupiter, so obsecturnis ne is you were going to obey the order of that, or the desire of that guy. So now moving on to the next slide. So from the last sentence kind of got cut off, but on account of that close friendship which you threw, is what this sentence means right here. And then numquam istud, never that, inquit, he said, Gracchus would have ordered. Satus imo etiam nimium, totius namque senatus consensu, damnatos eos mores defendere ossus est. So satis, enough, rather too much. He dared to defend his morals, condemned by an agreement of the whole Senate. So moving on. Verum quod sequitur multo audaces, multoque periculosus, compressus anum perseveranti interrogatione, Lili and eodem constantiae gradu stetit seque etiam, hoc si modo Gracchus annuisset factorum respondit. So, but what follows was much bolder and much more dangerous. So, follows is sequitur here, and then multo audaces, multoque periculosus is the much bolder and much more dangerous. For having been pressed by the preservating interrogation by Laelius in the same level, he stayed of devotion, and he responded that he would do this if only Gracchus approved. So this right here is the preservating interrogation by Laelius in the same level, which is stetit gradu. He stayed of devotion, which is constantiae here, and he responded that he would do this if only Gracchus approved. Quis illum sceleratum putassit fuisse si tacuisset, quis non etiam sapentium si pro necessitete temporis locutus esset. So, who would have thought that would have been wicked if he'd stayed silent? So, that's pretty much saying that if he had just stayed silent during this interrogation, instead of saying what he said, he probably would not have gotten in trouble. At Blasius nec silentio honesto nec prudenti sermone salutum suam, ne qua ex parte and felicis amicitiae memoriam deseret tuere volet. But nor the silence of a wise, nor a sermon on an honest Blasius at his own salvation, because he would not leave on the part of an unhappy memory of friendship he wished to look at.